Hello everyone and welcome back to the Speak on Mom Scraps channel. It's Caitlin here with another process video. Don't forget to use my code Caitlin15 for 15% off your next order. Diving into some DIY embellishments. Now these ones are Christmas themed, but these techniques can be applied to other types of themes as well. So I'm going to be showing you 4 different tag ideas that you can use for your December dailies maybe, or again, these kind of techniques can be used on any sort of tag DIY embellishments. So I'm going to start with this plain manila tag and this large gold deer and some washi tape. This washi tape is from Echo Park. I think it's the I Love Christmas collection. It's like a little holly berry branch. And I'm just putting that along the bottom edge here. And my beautiful deer here is going to hang off the other side just to give our little cluster a little bit more of a unique shape. Now that's one tip that you can do, is have your clusters go off the sides of your tags if your tag is going to be your base. Highly recommend it. But the real technique here is that we're going to be actually threading some sequins to make a little sequin garland. Now there are several ways you can do this. I do plan on sharing some other ideas in the future of these DIY embellishment videos, and let me know if you want to see more of these DIY embellishment videos using your sequins, and I can keep doing them here on the Speak on Mom Scraps channel. So I'm going to take the thread and hold it tightly and start threading on the sequins. If you do have a thin needle, you can definitely do the sequins onto your needle and onto your thread. It'll be much easier for you. I didn't have a thin one at the time, but these sequins went on beautifully and I didn't have any trouble with it at all. So I'm going to just vary them in different ways and color ways. So different shapes, different colors, different sizes to give it a little bit more of a unique look, and just tying that through the tag hole. So now I have a little garland at the top of my tag, which I think is a little fun. It gives a little bit more movement than usual. I'm just going to simply tie a knot with my thread. Of course, you might want to use a different colored thread depending on what you're working with and what project you're working on, and just trimming off the excess. Now to finish decorating this tag, I'm going to again bring back my little deer friend here, and I also have some recollections word stickers that I want to use. This one simply says Happy Holiday Cheer, so you could definitely use this for a card, or again for a pocket page or a layout, or in your December daily. Since my deer is hanging off the edge and it is a sticker back, and again sorry for the in and out focusing, it's because I brought my hand up towards the camera, I'm going to use my powder tool to make sure the back is not sticky where it overhangs. And then I'm going to have to add some more glue to the back to make sure it sticks to my tag. Once that is in place, I realize there's this weird gap between the deer and the word holiday cheer, so I'm going to end up putting a little cork heart there to kind of suffice that little space. The sequin mix that I'm using in this tag is called Mistletoe Greetings, and it comes with beautiful wood veneer in it. And if you guys haven't checked it out yet, the new Speak on Mom Scraps mixes that were released have more wood veneer in them, so definitely check them out. And I definitely love them. They're absolutely beautiful. And I'm all geared up for Christmas with all these new Christmas mixes that are coming out. I thought about using some chipboard on this tag, but I end up going with a different route later on. So I'm just going to use my fine line bottle to glue on these elements. And if you guys do like these videos, let me know what you'd like to see next. I'm doing tags this time, but maybe we could tackle some other DIY embellishment items. I'm going to be showing you 3 other tag options with 3 different techniques on them, so you guys can use these in whatever you'd like. And let me know if you guys have any ideas of what you want to see me do next, or if you have ideas for tags that you want to share with everyone down below. Let us know your sequin ideas for your embellishment clusters. We'd love to hear them. I love using tags as my embellishment bases. I think they add such a unique shape to a layout. It's boxy, but it's also got that unique corner edge that's a little bit different. Or you can use rounded or shaped tags, which are also super fun, which I'll show you a couple different shaped tags as well in this tutorial. So once all the sequins are on where I want them, including some of the wood veneer included in the sets, I'm going to set this one aside to dry, and I'll show you some up close photos of it later on. Now moving on to our next tag idea, like I mentioned, I'm going to use some different shaped tags. And this one happens to be one of those. This is more of a round shaped top tag. This is just a random one from my stash. I'm not 100% sure where it is originally from. Probably from a swap. I'm going to be using some die cuts as the main elements for this one, including this one that says Merry Xmas. I do probably plan on using this one on a card, so I kept that in mind when creating it. When you do create clusters, try to make yours different sizes and shapes and give them some variation. It'll be easier for you to use them in the future if you do that. That way you can find one that really fits your page when you're working on your December daily again for the Christmas or December themed ones, or if you're doing some other projects. Definitely give yourself some options. So I also pulled out a chipboard holly berry sprig again. And this time for the sequins, I'm going to pull out the Country Christmas Sequin Mix collection. But before I glue anything down, I want to make sure I have my tie twined into the tag hole so I don't have to mess with wet glue later. Of course, you don't have to use wet glue with sequins. Glue dots work great. I just prefer wet glue because I often want to move things after I've stuck them down. So I'm going to tie a simple bow at the top of this with my red and white twine. I like this thinner twine because I find it rests better when you're using it on a page. And there are twines available in the Speak Mom scrap shop if you guys didn't know. You gotta check it out all the time for different colors and options. I'm going to glue down that tag in the center, and again it hangs off the edge, which I really prefer when I'm doing clusters because it just gives it such an organic shape. So like I said, I'm going to be using the Country Christmas collection sequins, which are a very red mix as you can see here, and I'm going to be using those little red ones on this one. I'm going to create a little pattern with my sequins in a line, so you'll see here that I'm going to use the different sizes, I should say, of the round sequins to kind of give it a great look. And if you guys didn't know, I often use tweezers to help position my sequins, but there's also quick pickup sticks, and I think there's a couple of those on the market that might help you if you guys are really into using sequins. A simple line like that's absolutely perfect, and to add some additional dimension, I'm going to be putting them as the holly berries on this holly berry sprig, so that just adds another element of dimension and sparkle, which is perfect. So definitely be on the lookout for opportunities like this where you can supplement sequins for a design element like these holly berries. It was just too perfect to not do it, you know? And then to finish off this tag, I'm going to grab a puffy sticker from, again, just a random Christmas set from Recollections. I'm just going to be using some of these little peppermint ones just as an extra little dimensional piece. Next up, we're using this heart-shaped tag. Again, these were just from a Recollections pack that I had. And this time I'm going to make a very large cluster by using a doily as a background for this cluster. So again, the tag's sort of the main focus, but just trying to reach outside your comfort zone when making your clusters so you guys get great DIY embellishment ideas by expanding your palette. So knowing you want a tag on your layout might not mean that the tag is the base of your cluster. So here I pulled out a little chipboard angel, which she's super cute. I like that light blue in contrast to the gold. And I also pull out these Teresa Collins. They were part of this file folder set, which I kind of showed in the beginning. I didn't show all the supplies because I didn't know what I was going to use. That's what's really great about DIY embellishments. You guys can just play with stuff without having to worry about color schemes as much or what your page is going to look like, because you're going to pull these into your page later on. I even thought about using some Pink Fresh Studio wood veneer, which I'm showing there, but I end up just going with this Happy Holidays little gray banner, which again, that has a cooler tone to it, which brings in that light blue color of the angel's dress. So I'm just going to glue those two elements down so I can jump to the sequin portion of this event. And again, just another simple technique for your sequins. I've done this before on my layouts, but it works perfectly for embellishment clusters as well. And essentially what you're going to do is, well, first off, you have to play with these adorable stars from Pink Fresh Studio. I mean, they're half dipped in gold. How cute is that? So cute, and it matches the doily. Anywho, for the sequins, I'm going to do the simple circle technique, which I do with a lot of my doilies on my layouts, is I accent the circular element of a doily by staggering the sequins around it on certain elements, so they'll all be spaced out perfectly. So I'm going to go back to the mistletoe greeting stamp set. Again, just pouring it into my sequin dish and pulling out all of these iridescent white ones and putting those on these sections. So you can see that I'm putting it only on these sections of the doily. At first I realized there were only 3 of those sections open, and then what I decided to do is kind of put them where they should have been if the tag wasn't in the way, to get that circular element still going around the whole page. And then I added another wood veneer star from that mix in the center to give it some more depth and dimension. That one's quite simple. And last but not least, this is another circular sort of themed one, but I'm going to be doing a black tag that actually has an ampersand on it, and I'm going to be covering that with this Wild Whisper, beautiful Wild Whisper die cut that says "Better Not Pout," which I thought was really cute. It's from their latest Christmas collection, and popping that up on foam dots. Now, I've done this technique before on other layouts and projects, but essentially what I'm going to do is, once I have my cluster done, I'm going to tuck in sequins underneath my dimensional object here, which is that Better Not Pout die cut. So I'm just looking through the Wild Whisper die cuts now, trying to pick out which ones I want, and I go with these 2 sprigs. And again, this is the Mistletoe Greetings sequin mix, which you guys have to get before it sells out. It's absolutely adorable, and I love this iridescent white color. and I'm just going to layer those underneath. So you'll see I kind of accidentally put them down too far, and since I'm using wet glue, it helps me slide them right back up to where I wanted them to be visible. So just giving that ring look. And I'm going to add a couple of sequins at the top to give it some more balance. But those are my 4 tags for this DIY embellishment video and DIY embellishment clusters. Let me know if you guys would like to see more of these sort of process videos in the future using your beautiful Spiegel Mom Scrap sequins. Here are all 4 of them next to each other. Let me know which one's your favorite and which technique you want to try out next. Is it the sequin strings, or is it the circular sequins, or the line sequins? Let me know in the comments down below. I hope you guys enjoyed, and be sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not already. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye!